Alright, so this is going to be a video on how to replace a cracked screen. As you can see, my son dropped one of his Xbox controllers onto his tablet, so we are going to replace that screen. And these screens are actually not that expensive. I was able to get a new screen to replace the broken one for about 10 bucks, give or take, for a couple bucks. And what you'll see is there are, if I can get it, there's two screws on the top end that we'll have to take off. So I took the two screws out, and you can see they are super tiny, so be careful not to lose them. Okay, so basically what I did was I took this small flathead screwdriver and I just went around the edge, popping it up very easily, very slowly, all the way around. Alright, so now we got this opened up, and this is your connector right here for the screen. So we'll disconnect that, but first we got to take this circuit board apart to get it up off of the screen. And there are a few real tiny Phillips head screws that we're going to have to take out to remove that, and remove it carefully. There's a total of 3 screws at the top that we'll have to take out, and then we disconnect this, and we can disconnect. Okay, and what you'll see where this is connected, you have a small black tab there, and you'll see we can just pull that ribbon right out, and that's loose. And we'll do that with these other two over here so that we can get this circuit board out of the way. Alright, so we got this ribbon loose, we got this ribbon taken off, and now I'm going to take this one off. I've already lifted up the tab, so we're just going to pull that out. You'll see that that's loose, so that's free now. Now these tablets only run about probably 50-60 bucks, so if you're wondering if it's worth replacing the screen's only 10 bucks. So you know, to me it's worth it instead of purchasing a whole new tablet, even though they're not high quality tablets, but they do the job. So just think about that. Alright, so what we got to do is we got to pry this up. You got little tabs. Let's see if I can find one. Little tabs around this perimeter. So now you can see that we've lifted this away from the cracked screen, and we're just going to set this aside, and then we'll Okay, so we have our cracked screen that we need to take off of the frame of the part of the case of the tablet. Alright, so what you'll see that I'm doing here is I'm using a razor blade knife, and I'm just basically sliding it under the tab. My son's trying to get my stuff up here. Hey man, that's not for babies.
Baby.
Yeah, it's not for babies. You're a baby.
Yeah, baby.
You're a baby. Alright, so what I want to show you is, so I'm taking this and I'm just easily putting it through here and working my way around so that I can just pry the screen off of the frame without breaking the frame. Okay. Alright, so now you can get a better idea after I got going with it. It's just held on with this sticky tape. So as you go along, you can just kind of pry it off of the frame. Now you will have to be careful when you get around to this other side here where the camera, the little camera attachment is. Make sure you don't damage that when you're pulling the screen loose. Should be alright. Just be careful as you're prying the sticky adhesive off of the frame as you're going around, and you should be okay. Alright, so I got the broken screen off. Came off pretty easy. Pretty simple. Had a little extra adhesive on the frame that I had to take off, but I got it pretty good. And the camera, the little tiny camera right there was didn't get damaged. It just pull the screen off and you're good to go. So now we're gonna put the new screen on, and it's got the adhesive tape on the back, so it'll attach right to the frame. So we'll get the screen put back on, and then we'll put this thing back together and fire it up. Alright, so I got the new screen attached to the frame now, and I'm leaving this piece of plastic film on the outside just so it doesn't scratch it up until I get it all put back together. So now I'll start putting the rest of it back together. Alright, so I got it back in the frame, just about put together. Got my 3 very tiny screws put in there, and I just gotta attach these ribbons here. I already did that one, so that's good. So just got these 2 to go, and then we can put the cover back on and fire it up. Okay, so now we got it put back together, and we are going to fire this thing up. And no cracks. Okay, so now we're on our home screen. We're just going to test it out. And it works. So everything's good.